G'day punters, David Gately back with you to preview another great weekend of racing in Melbourne and Sydney. We'll kick off with one of the features, Group 1, of course, the Australian Guineas, and what a cracking race it is this year. I'm going with a filly in Mystic Journey, who was dynamite first up, phenomenal last 200 split, and then she beat some seasoned older males in Tassie at weight for age. Some of them have been Group 1 competitive down here, including Hellover Street, who's been beaten only a couple of lengths in a Group 1 Rupert Clark. So I don't think she handled the wet all that well and still beat them. Her win at Moonee Valley before the spell was phenomenal wide against the track bias and rated through the roof. So I think she's exceptional and I'm pretty keen on her from that inside draw. She needed a bit of luck, but that's racing. Happy with Mystic Journey on top. Under the Group 2 Blamey and another terrific version this year, we're going with Material Man. So he hasn't had much go right both runs back, has he? He was in restricted room first up. He still hit the line beautifully and then was held up behind the tiring leaders last week. Again, he went through the line beautifully. So I think he's going really well and maps well on Saturday. It looks a great play for us, Material Man. For our best in Melbourne, look, I'm keen on Mystic Journey, but I made the best She's So High. Resumes here. Recent jump out terrific. She's unbeaten fresh. The last time she was first up, she ran very fast time, winning up the straight at Flemington. Near 1-3 flat it was for the 1100, so pretty keen on her. Let's head to Randwick and, of course, second up run of the freak that is Winks. She is the highlight, but I won't tip you into that one. We'll go to the Group 1 Surround Stakes, of course, and a cracking race this year. Going with Putakawa here, who was outstanding first up without much luck, caught behind a wall of horses at the 200, ducked back to the inside, home 11.36. I think she was 6/100ths of a second slower than Winks home on the day. Her last 600 second only to the Mighty Mare. So I think she's the value in a really tough race. She'll get a nice run here out to 1400 ideal and going with her. The Group 2 Skyline Stakes for the 2-year-olds is challenging. I'm going to go with Microphone without a great deal of confidence. Just the win at Flemington last start was simply too fast to ignore. Scorched up the straight there, big spaces behind him, and he looks suited here in a competitive race and looks backable at the quote. As for our best in Sydney, I'm going late in the day, race 9, number 8, Renewal. This horse went straight to the front in a recent jump out and trial and beat Siege of Quebec, who's pretty handy. And the last time this horse was first up, missed the start, ran on well behind Don't Give a Damn and was heavily backed to win that day as well. Won really well first up the start prior to that. Alrighty, look, great racing at the weekend. Good luck to punters. I'll be back next week to preview Super Saturday at Flemington and the Randwick Guineas, of course, which is a meeting in Sydney. Best of luck, punters, and remember, please, gamble responsibly.